This video is about compound angle and double angle identities. A and B are acute angles such that cosine A equals 2/3 and sine B equals 1/3. Show that cosine 2A plus B equals this. Let's analyze first. You know the cosine 2A plus B equals. Remember that CCSS, the sign will be different. So we will write down cosine 2A, then cosine B, minus sine 2A and a sine B. For cosine 2A, we can use cosine square A minus sine square A to figure out. For sine 2A, you will use 2 sine A cosine A to figure out. In other words, you need to figure out cosine B, and sine B is given. Sine A, you have to figure out, you are given cosine A. In other words, you have to figure out sine A, cosine A, sine B, cosine B, so that you can get cosine 2A plus B. Therefore, first of all, you get started here. You will get the cosine A equals 2/3. Then sine A, since this is an acute angle, all will be positive. 1 minus cosine square A. So equals 1 minus 2/3 square. Then equals square root 1 minus 4/9. Then you will get square root. 1 you will change into 9/9. That will be 5/9. Square root of 5/3. This is a sine A. So for sine B equals 1/3, you can get the cosine B equals square root 1 minus sine square B. So you will get square root 1 minus 1/3 square. Then you will get 1 minus 1/9. Square root of 8/3. Simplify will be 2 square root of 2/3. After you get this, you will figure out cosine 2A and sine 2A. Cosine 2A equals cosine square A minus sine square A. So we plug in 2/3 square minus square root of 5/3 square. That is 4/9 minus 5/9 equals -1/9. Now for sine 2A, you will get 2 sine A cosine A equals 2 times 2/3 times square root of 5/3. Your denominator will be 9, top will be 4 square root of 5. Then we can work out this cosine 2A plus B, which means CC minus SS. So you get the cosine 2A cosine B minus sine 2A sine B. Now we just need to plug in. Cosine 2A will be -1/9. Cosine B That is 2 square root of 2 over 3. It's here. Minus sine 2a will be 4 square root of 5 over 9. Then times sine b will be 1 over 3. Then organize. This is 27, negative 2 square root of 2. Here, minus 27, then 4 square root of 5. Then go back, check. Here, negative 2 square root of 2 over 27 minus 4 square root of 5 over 27. You see, this is a correct one. So we leave as it is. Let's go to number 2. Let f of x equals tangent x plus pi cosine x minus pi over 2, where x is between 0 to 2 pi. Express f of x in terms of sine x and cosine x. Let's check f of x equals tangent x plus pi times cosine x minus pi over 2. First of all, we will use compound angle identities to figure this out. For tangent x plus pi, we will use sine x plus pi over cosine x plus pi. Let's recall the unit circle. So for this unit circle, so we have this is 0 pi over 2, then pi, 3 pi over 2, then we have 2 pi. The coordinate will be 1, 0, 0. This one is 0, 1, undefined. For this part is negative 1, 0, 0. Here it's 0, negative 1, undefined. Remember the coordinate for this unit circle will be CST. Look at this is a pi. So we will use this. This is a CST. Therefore, for sine x plus pi, we got to use SCCS. This is a plus. For cosine, you got to use CCS as here's a subtraction. Therefore, let's expand this. You will get sine x cosine pi plus cosine x sine pi. For the denominator, you will have cosine x cosine pi, then minus sine x sine pi. For sine pi will be 0, so this is a 0. This is 0. For cosine pi, that is negative 1. So negative 1 here. So we work this out. You will get negative sine x, because 0 times any number will be 0. So this is a 0, this is a 0. For the denominator, you will get negative cosine x. Negative negative will be positive. So you will get sine x over cosine x. This is for tangent x plus pi. This is the first step. Your second step, we need to figure out cosine x minus pi over 2. For this, you have 2 ways to do that. The first way is still doing the CCSS. This part is a plus. So we get cosine x cosine pi over 2, then plus sine x sine pi over 2. Then you can figure out this is a pi over 2, so CST. for cosine pi over 2, this is 0. This is 1. Then this will be 0. You will get the sine x. Or another way to do is this. For cosine x minus pi over 2. Think about this is a negative pi over 2. You just add 2 pi. Basically equals cosine x minus pi over 2 plus 2 pi. So that you will get the cosine 3 pi over 2 plus x. Then you will do the same thing. You have a CCSS, this is a subtraction. Cosine 3 pi over 2 times cosine x minus sine 3 pi over 2 sine x. Then look at over here. This is 3 pi over 2. You have CST is here. Cosine 3 pi over 2 will be 0. So this is 0. This will be negative 1. This will be 0. Then you will get negative, negative with positive, same thing. You will get the sine x. So it's really up to you which one you want to use. Then the third step, we're working on this f of x equals. For tangent x plus pi, then times cosine x minus pi over 2. You will get sine x over cosine x. It's from here. Then times sine x. So put this together. You will get sine square x over cosine x. This will be the final answer because we did express f of x in terms of sine x and cosine x.